freak genetics, and then also freak mind. People don't appreciate how intelligent Tyson is.
You wonder how Mike Tyson went from this
My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
to this.
No, you have to believe that you're here for a purpose, to enrich the world. No, you have to believe this deep down. This is why I'm born. This is why you're across from me.
Everyone knows that during his prime, Mike Tyson was an unstoppable force whose relentless pace and pressure served to knock people out into oblivion. But little does anyone know that today, he is a super intelligent individual whose philosophical thoughts help young athletes overcome adversities inside and outside the ring. Let's look at Iron Mike's most interesting deep thoughts and discuss how he went from a wild savage in the ring to a modern-day philosopher. Some boxers have left the sport with significant head injuries, and some even have permanent brain damage. However, Mike Tyson is different. At first, you might be fooled by his physical appearance and the way he pronounces some words. I mean, he has a tattoo on his face, and he lisps when he talks. But make no mistake, behind all of those things sits a brilliant mind.
I mean, he doesn't have a PhD. He didn't spend a lot of time in college, but that doesn't mean his mind doesn't function at a very high level.
Joe Rogan often credits Mike Tyson's intelligence as a key factor in his ability to outsmart opponents in the boxing ring. According to Rogan, Tyson's cleverness and strategic thinking played a crucial role in helping him beat his opponents.
In order to be able to navigate the waters of being in a fight with Larry Holmes and be able to figure out how to get to Larry Holmes' chin and boom, that is fucking complicated.
Yeah.
It's way more complicated than people think it is.
Right.
And it's also all the other stuff that he was into. Like, he's into like history and conquerors. Like, he could talk to you forever about like Genghis Khan and all these warriors that lived before. He studied all that stuff.
Tyson spent his early years in the cruel neighborhoods of Brooklyn. Due to some difficulties, he was sent to a reform school named Tryon School for Boys when he was just 13. Despite not completing his education because of this, in recent times, Tyson has been showing his intellectual side by sharing philosophical thoughts and smart observations.
Sometimes it's hard to accept who you are. You know, sometimes I see young kids out here and they commit suicide and they don't like who they are and they're in prison, and it's really difficult.
Legendary coach Cus D'Amato wasn't just a coach to Mike Tyson. He was a life tutor. Coach Cus had a unique ability to guide Tyson's negative energy in the right direction, ultimately helping him become the youngest boxing heavyweight champion. Today, Tyson lives by the lessons he learned from Cus, serving as a role model. He strives to be a mentor to young athletes like Francis Ngannou, passing on the wisdom and guidance he received from Cus D'Amato to the next generation.
You have your ego. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe. No, you have to believe that you're here for a purpose, to enrich the world. No, you have to believe this deep down. This is why I'm born. This is why you're across from me. This is why you're across from me. Why you think you're here? You think you're here by osmosis? This is just, you're lucky and this is the break that you had in your life and you and me are across from me. Because that's what you want. That's what you wanted, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's what happened. And it's the same thing with the championship.
In The Godfather, Vito Corleone gives his son Sonny an interesting piece of advice.
Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again.
And interestingly, there are parallels to what Mike Tyson believes and teaches the younger generation today.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah.
Once people know your thoughts and how you feel about yourself, they're trying to block them.
Yes,
and
they're
you
trying
give them
to break you
information to
down.
block it. So you don't let them know your thoughts. Never let no one know your thoughts. You keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody invade your privacy.
In a revealing video, Mike Tyson shared a key to his success, studying ancient warriors and conquerors like Alexander the Great. Tyson highlighted how learning from these historical figures contributed to his mindset and success in the boxing world.
Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From then, Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all, I studied them all. I know the art of fight, I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for.
Mike Tyson's emotional intelligence shines through as he emphasizes the importance of remaining humble in both failure and success. It's not just a practical approach for him, it's a spiritual thought that reflects Tyson's deep understanding of life's highs and lows.
All this good stuff happening to you, know what that means? That you're favored by God. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that,
definitely.
right? But there's
Otherwise, I
something
wouldn't
that
be
you may
here.
not know too. When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil.
You can see Francis Ngannou laughing at this, as if Tyson just cracked a joke. But the former baddest man on the planet has something more to say about this, and there is a deep, hidden meaning in that figurative speech.
So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance.
You don't have to be a spiritual person to find the hidden meaning behind this philosophical thought. Sometimes, when athletes become really famous and rich, they can make some bad choices like using drugs, spending money on things they don't need, and getting involved in unhealthy habits. Mike Tyson says it's important to stay humble and avoid going down that path. He believes that being humble, with a little help from faith, is key to staying on the right track, even when you're successful. According to Mike, what makes champions stand out is their never-give-up attitude and ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's crucial to trust in yourself and your goals, believing that you can make a positive impact on the world.
The ones that interested me the most were the guys that got beat in the first fight they ever had, or the third fight they ever had, got knocked out cold, humiliated, and they came back training and kept coming back, and kept coming back and kept winning and kept winning. They lost another fight, but kept winning, never gave up.
Yeah.
Never became discouraged. And then one day, they got a chance to fight for the title. Boom! Knocked the champion out, another champion.
Boom.
Imagine if they would have gave up and got discouraged when they lost or got beat or got knocked out. And then once they became champion, they became champions for long runs. Broke their history books and record books and stuff, but they never gave up. You know how easy it was to give up being knocked out, humiliated in front of people, but they stuck to it. Because they showed that you don't have to be perfect. You could have flaws and still do sensational things that nobody else could, duplicate.
Iron Mike also believes in the power of gratitude, thinking that what you give to the world eventually comes back to you. According to him, being thankful is crucial, creating a cycle of positivity that influences your life in a good way.
Gratitude. Buy your mother something nice. Thank you, Mom. It's all gratitude. I learned gratitude. I never had gratitude. I was friendly, I was generous, but I always did it to get something. You got to do it for nothing.
According to Tyson, life is like a test, checking how much we can handle. He thinks it's important to accept both the good and the bad moments to truly appreciate the beauty of life. According to Tyson, embracing all experiences helps us grow and find meaning in our journey.
God, it tests you. It tests you and see how much of this you can take before you say, let's just be finished with this. You know what I mean? It wants to show you something. It wants to see how much you can take, how much you can handle of life. You say you love life, you want to live life. I'm going to show you life. Life is beautiful, but you have to accept the good and the bad as being beautiful.
Mike Tyson's journey from a ferocious and feared boxer to a modern-day philosopher reveals the depth of his intelligence and the wisdom gained through a challenging life. Despite his tough exterior, Tyson's insights on humility, perseverance, and gratitude serve as valuable lessons for everyone, showing that true strength lies not only in physical prowess, but also in a resilient and thoughtful mindset. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. And if you enjoyed watching and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and join us on our journey to 10,000 subscribers. Let's do this together.